Hello and very warm welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are going to learn about how can we use or how can we integrate calendar in iOS using Swift. For this, we can use FSCalendar library. It's basically written in Objective-C, but we can use it in Swift, and it's a very highly customizable calendar library that provides you different options to change the appearance of the calendar, selecting multiple dates, showing events as a dot beneath the date, and much more. So let's start. And for this, I already created a project and installed FSCalendar library using Cocoa Pods. So they have different kind of installation available, and it's shown on their documentation page. You can use Cocoa Pod, cartridge, or you can manually set up the FSCalendar. So for this, first let's start, and here first we need to import, after installing Cocoa Pods, FSCalendar, and so that we can use FSCalendar classes. So here we will name it calendar of type FSCalendar, and here we will use programmatic approach to add the calendar. So here we say calendar is equals to FSCalendar, and here it has initializer of frame and cgrect, and here we will specify 0.0 and 40.0, self dot view dot frame dot size dot width, and height will be 300. Okay, now this FSCalendar provides sorry, there is typo mistake, provides an property calendar. So here it is. The calendar has a property that scroll direction, so you can scroll it either horizontally or vertically. By default it's horizontal, so if you want to specify vertically, then the month will be changed when user scroll from bottom to top. And lastly, we will add self.view, add subview calendar, and now let's run our app and see if we can see the calendar or not. So here you can see the current month, that is July 2020, is shown, and I can change the month by scrolling vertically. So, and also the FSCalendar provides that the customization that if you want to show only a week of dates, so that you can also do using calendar.scope is equals to dot month or week. By default dot month is there, so if you specify dot week, it will only show the 7 days of the current week as the initial calendar. Here you can see, so you can horizontally scroll, and here you can see now that only 7 days per week are shown. So it's a good option. And one more option it gives is locale. So locale, you can give it a locale identifier, and it will show the weekdays and month name based upon the locale you pass to the property. For example, if I pass HI as Hindi for the calendar, then you can see that the weekday's name and month name will be changed based upon the locale we passed. And here you can see the name of the month and weekdays names are changed. Similarly, if you type AR, then it will be shown in Arabic. So here you have, and so let's see now the other thing that what we want in a calendar, that let's make it scope as month. Now in calendar what we make that we are going to use the dates that is selected by the user. Okay, so in FSCalendar, how we can know that which date is selected by the user? for this, we need to implement the delegate method of calendar. So first we say calendar dot delegate is equals to self, and here we will use FSCalendar delegate, and we have did select date. It returns a date. So for converting date into a string, let's say for matter is equals to date for matter, and here we'll say for matter dot date format is equals to dd mm and yy, and we will print the date selected by the user as date selected is equals to formatter dot string from date, and it is a date. So now let's run the app, and if I select a particular date, then it's shown here. Now the question arises that in many apps, for example in hotel booking or airline booking apps, we don't want user to select the date lesser than the current date. That the user can't select the air date because it's already passed. So for this, what we can do here, the FSCalendar has a data source method for this. So for that, we will use calendar.dataSource is equal to self, and here we will say FSCalendar data source, and here we say mark data source, and here we have the data source method of that is named minimum date. So here we will pass our current date, and now you can see that all other dates that are lesser than the current date are. So here you can see that you can do this way using that data source method, that you can tell the calendar that we don't want to allow user to select a date that is lesser than the current date. Now the other question is that suppose that I want a window of dates to be selected. For example, I want only date to be selected till 20th, 14th to 20th of July. So that I can done with FSCalendar as maximum date, and here we also need to return date. So for this we will say date and so date dot adding time interval. I'm not using formatter, so I'm just using the time interval here. So you can pass it here date 60 multiplied by 60 and multiply by number of days. So I will add 5 days from the current date, and now let's see. So here you can see only 5 days from the current date are can be selected by user, and all other dates are marked as light gray that the user cannot select. So this is the other customization of the calendar. And now here one more thing, that if you want to change the appearance of fonts, so we can do that using the different properties provided by the calendar here. So for example, if you want to change the font of the dates, so you can use calendar.appearance.title font is equals to UI font dot system font of size, and we can give it 17.0. and if you want to change the above line will change the dates fonts, and if you want to change the title of the month, then its name as the property is names header title font is equals to UI font dot bold system font of size, and we will give it 18. And if you want to change the weekdays font, then dot appearance dot weekday font is equals to UI font dot bold system of size 16.0. So now let's see how our calendar looks like. So here you can see the font is changed for our calendar as per our appearance properties. So now if you want to change the color, that can also be done using the appearance properties of FSCalendar, calendar dot appearance dot, if you want to change today color is equals to dot system green, it will system green is this will change this red color marker of current date highlighter. You can say current date highlighter color to green. And if you want to change the dates color of eligible dates, so you can say appearance dot title today color is equals to white. This is for only the today date. And if you want to change the color of other date, then you can use title default color is equals to system blue, we can say. Now the if you want the so far we changed the today's background color, that is highlighter color, today's date color, and the default color for the dates. Now if you want to change the month title color and weekday color, that can also be done by using the appearance property named header title color is equal to dot system red, and the weekday colors can also be changed. Calendar dot appearance dot weekday text color is equals to dot system red. So using the appearance property, we can set the font and colors for our calendar title, weekday, and dates. So here you can see the dates are changed. So here let us make it 60 days. Now if you want to select a multiple dates, that can also be done. So for that you need to select calendar dot allows multiple selection is equals to true, and you are done. The calendar will allow you to select multiple dates as well. So here you can see how you can select multiple dates. So for selecting, when you select a date, the deselect method of the delegate gets called. Now when they deselect it, then you need to implement the method should deselect date, or so not should, it's did deselect, I think did deselect. Yes, this is. So here we will use the same formatter and we'll print it here, did deselected. So this did deselect method will get called whenever you use a deselect a date in case the multiple date selections is allowed for the calendar. So here if I select 22, 23, 24, and if I don't want to select 23, then date deselected 23rd of July 2020. So here in this way you can get the date which is deselected by the user and do whatever you want with that date. It totally depends upon your logic. Now suppose I don't want the user can select the 23rd date because it's already filled in case of the hotel bookings or flight bookings or some other aspect of the calendars. So for this I can use the delegate, and its name is should deselect, and it will tells us whether we want to return a boolean that whether the dates can be selected or not. So by default it's we will return true that date can be selected. And if we want a particular date, then what we will do, first we will create a formatter using this, and we will compare if date, or you can say, let's say garlet excluded date is equals to formatter date from string, and it is, suppose we want 23rd of July, so 23rd 07 2020, else return true. And here if date dot compare excluded date is equals to dot ordered same, then we will return false, that the user cannot select the 23rd date. So let's see, will it work or not. So here you can see if I select the 23rd of July, then it is working. So there is, see, so here we have a particular problem, that why it's so it should select, the method is wrong, it says should select not deselect, so here it is. So that's why it doesn't. And now here we can see now that the 23rd of July is not selectable. So let's see whether we have done or fixed the bug or not. So here you can see now I can't click on 23rd because it says that we are not. But how the user will know? Because we want to change the color of the unselected date. So that can be done using the delegate, and that delegate comes under the FSCalendar delegate appearance, and for that we need to implement the delegate named title default color, so that title default color, and same we will do here. And here the color is an optional, so for other dates we will run nil so that it doesn't change as per our the property settings. And here we will say dot red. So here return nil, and now let's see. So here you can see the 23rd date is marked as red, so that it indicates user that you cannot select the 23rd date is already booked. Now the last thing what we do, that FSCalendar provides us an important functionality that it shows a dot beneath the date if there is an event. So you can specify a particular date having an event using the data source method, and it's named as number of events. And similarly, we will say let's copy this, and here we will say if our date is 22, then by default returns 0. Otherwise, if date dot compare, and here let's change its event date is equals to dot ordered same, then return the number of events. You can change it, so I am returning 2, so the 2 dots will be shown beneath the 22nd of July, marking that the 22nd of July contains 2 events for the user. So here you can see these small blue dots were shown beneath the 22nd of July. So this is the FS calendar for you, and these are few of the properties. You can pass the image as an event marker too. So there are many more properties and many more to explore for FS calendar, but these are the basic things that I demonstrate in this tutorial. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and do share this video. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, then please subscribe it, as we are going to bring more tutorials on Swift. Lastly, thanks for watching. Bye for now.